Hi, my name is Catherine, and I am building my own airplane, a Sonic Sway-X. Her name is Fifinellita. I fell in love with Sonics when I went to Oshkosh, and I can't wait to fly upside down in my own airplane. With the help of my dad, I am learning how to put my kit together piece by piece. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see what I'm up to today. Today I'm going to be working on this part of my Spar. We already drilled all these holes and clecoed all these holes. And remember when we went digging over in all our other parts that were not organized? It took a while. Anyway, so we found the 3 parts we needed for this side. We need to put the puzzle together for where they need to go. That way we can drill the holes and get all these done and clecoed and get one step further on my wing. That means I got to learn to read my plans. That way I can figure out where every little itty bitty piece goes to put it together.
So, because this says looking forward, is this the front of it or is this the back of it?
Forward.
Okay. So if we have a piece that's like this, and this is the front and this is the back, and we're looking at it forward, is this the front or is this the front?
This is the back.
This is the back. So we're looking at the front or the back of this piece?
The back.
We're looking at the back of this piece. So this is the work we've done already, right? So that's what's sitting right here on the table, right? So we put marks on here already. We say, what's that say?
FWD.
Says forward. So when we put this on its face, this is the
back.
This is the back. So we've made this part here look exactly like the plans have right here. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. So is there anything that's different about this than what you see over here?
It's backward.
What do you mean by backwards?
This tip is on that side. This tip is on that side. Here, it's opposite.
So there it's opposite. So it's backwards, but that also makes it easier for us to turn because we're looking this way referencing the plans. When we turn around, it's the same. So it makes it easier to work. Oh, yeah. So instead of having to go all the way around the table, you can just turn around and see what you're doing and working on. Does that make sense? Cool. So this piece is in the wing spar, and it's one of our 3 pieces that go together like a puzzle. Okay? So with that, when you look at the plans and you see dashed lines, that means it's through something. So this is that piece from the other page that we looked at already. And it's looking through the top of the wing spar, so that tells us our orientation there. If you look at this, this is that piece right here on the back of the wing spar, and we've determined that this is the back of the wing spar. And it's gonna butt right up against this piece and this piece. So that's our puzzle pieces right here like this. Now we have to figure out where they go here.
So, from my understandings, this piece is right here, and it is also right here.
Mm-hmm.
And here's this looking like this on it, and it lines up. And this piece goes right here. And this piece goes right here.
It does, but
because I can infer that because the way we set it up here leads to me concluding that if that one is there, this piece has to be there, as well as this piece being right there.
So let's practice this setup. As we set this down right here, is this piece gonna be like this? Or is this piece gonna be like this? Look at the plans and tell me how that piece goes. There's 2 clues.
Like that.
It's gonna go like that. You are correct. How did you figure that out?
Well, if it were to be like this little line right here would be on this side.
Mm-hmm. What about this? Did this help you at all?
Oh, I didn't even look at that.
Oh, so you got half of the solution and you got it right. Catherine, so now what we're going to take these 3 puzzle pieces and we're going to go lay them out on the back of the spar where you think they belong. So let's pick up this piece first probably, because that'll be the easiest to fit. Do you have an alignment mark or anything that's a clue?
Can I draw on this? Like,
You can, but you probably don't want to.
So, if this small piece is right here, then, and this piece is right here, then this piece is here, and I can tell, and I might know a way how it's going to be fitted in there.
Okay, so does this piece have holes in it yet?
No.
So it doesn't have holes in it yet.
I think it's going to be set up so like this. Except for the other way around.
So put it the other way around. Okay, now like we've already established, if we turn around 180 degrees, you are correct. Now where would it go on here? This is your clue.
Right there.
Pretty close. We also want to make sure that we've got it lined up right there as well. We've got that nice and tight, and this nice
So
and
then
tight.
that means this one goes here. If I can find a way to
I have to
put
turn
it
it
in.
sideways.
Like that.
And then where's this one gonna go?
I'm guessing right here.
Okay, well, we had it set up correctly before and then you just twisted your hand. Yes, like that. So that's where our pieces are gonna go, but we wanna make sure all those edges end up flush. Mm-hmm. So now we have a new problem. Do you have any idea what that new problem is?
We have a lot thicker of metal to drill through.
That is one of the problems, but how are we gonna hold it while we drill it?
Clamps?
We are gonna have to use clamps, but where are our holes at that we have to drill? Can we see them from this side at all?
Mm-mm.
So we're gonna have to clamp it here and drill from where?
The other side.
Yeah. So our challenge is we have to use a clamp that still allows us to flip it over, keep our pieces secure while we drill it. So this one's gonna be a little bit challenging, isn't it?
Cleco clamp?
Cleco clamps might work. C-clamps might work. I don't think our bar clamps are gonna.
C-clamps?
That's a new tool. We'll have to talk about that one later.
What the heck is that?
I've got a couple I'll show you. All right, so let's get to work. So, we probably want to do these one at a time. There's our alignment. There's our alignment. This one will probably be the easiest one to clamp, so we should probably start with it. Does that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm. But how exactly is it the easiest to clamp?
because we've got an edge right here that we can get a nice clean clamp on. So what I'm going to do is grab the C-clamps.
What are C-clamps?
It looks like a C.
I could have guessed that.
So we can focus on just doing this piece right now since it's going to be the easiest one. Let's take off these other two pieces and then we will move the whole spar down because when we clamp this, we're going to have to turn it over and these clamps will have to be able to hang off the end of the table while we drill.
Okay.
All right, so you can go ahead and take those pieces off. And I'll set them over here so we can easily get them when it's time to do them. And we're going to slide the whole spar down just a little bit. You grab this end, I'll grab this end so we don't drag. We'll just go ahead up, move about that much.
This is heavy.
It is. Now,
Probably lighter on that side.
do we have a good alignment? Do we just move it?
Perfecto.
Okay, we're going to start with a soft clamp before we go to the hard clamps. I'll clamp it in place for you. Make sure it doesn't move when we clamp it. Okay, did our alignment move at all? Or are we still good? Still good? Now we're going to go with the hard clamp. This will hold the metal in place and not let it move. We're going to do that at both ends. We want to push it up into the round part of the metal. We want to keep on the flat part, so twist the bottom wood. Other way. See how that makes it tight?
Yeah.
All right. So now we're going to turn this bar over. Do you want to go to the light end?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, this side is
We're going to turn it this way. And then one more time. All right.
Yes, this side is light, but once that side is picked up.
This first one we do will be the anchor spot because that's going to be the first one that goes into the new piece that doesn't have any holes. So we need to anchor.
Anchor?
Yep. Because that's going to keep it
What
from
exactly
moving.
do you mean by that?
Well, what does an anchor do?
Keeps the shit from moving.
Yeah, so an anchor cleco is going to take that first hole and say, this is my reference point that will not move from here on out.
Oh.
Does that make sense? So before we drill, we're going to look at our alignment one more time. Let's make sure when we turn it over, our alignment didn't change. Let's look inside. Come over here with me. Is our alignment still good here? Is our alignment still good here in the corner?
Oh, good. Here. Perfect.
All right. So I will start the anchor hole.
Okay.
See right here where it's got metal over it?
Since the alignment is very important, it is better that my dad does the first hole so that it is anchored. My dad is missing something that is also really important when you work with power tools. You forgot something.
Sure did, didn't I? Thank you. Clean that hole one more time. Now we'll put a cleco down into that. And this cleco will not go all the way through, but it'll keep everything aligned as we do this.
At least.
Okay. Now we're going to anchor the other side. So come down here to the tip, Catherine.
Okay.
You're going to do that hole.
This one?
Yep, that one right there.
Okay.
Good job. And this is what I mean by the cleco won't go all the way through. Because this is so thick. If you look on the other side, is that cleco all the way through?
No.
Barely through the tip, and it's just holding it in place so that the hole can't move. Does that make sense? Cool. So now we're going to drill a bunch of these in the middle and then be able to take our clamps off. We're going to cleco from both sides so that we'll get it holding from both sides. Does that make sense? Cool. So which ones do you want to do?
The ones right in between the clamps?
Okay, I will hold the end. See how that one's not biting? And this is, come over here, Kathleen, let me have the drill. This is one of the dangers of drilling in the middle of something. Come over here, squat down where I'm at so you can see this. See this big arch in the middle? What do you see in the middle of all that?
Metal shavings.
Yeah, a bunch of metal shavings. So what we're gonna have to do is have to take this off and this clamp off and lift up the edge so we can sweep that out. Okay, come in here with your finger and wipe it out. So what I want you to do, Catherine, is start down here and go in a row, right down that line. Does that make sense? Our alignment mark's still good? Because what I didn't have you do is look under here and see if our spot was good. We just looked. We were 2 spots from the end, so we didn't even hit an anchor down here. So this is our anchor piece right here and here. It's a good thing we double checked that.
I have a lot of drilling to do on this part of the wing spar. Increasing the speed of the video clip makes it look like it didn't take that long, but I was drilling these holes for at least an hour. It helped that we had already drilled the other holes because I didn't have to drill as far down. But these pieces are pretty thick. Drilling holes has not been one of my favorite parts of this wing spar. I'm ready to go back to riveting. It is really important that I drill these holes perpendicular because then they won't be aligned and won't be drilled correctly. When it is time to rivet the ribs to the spar, they will be lopsided. That would not be good, and it will not make my plane very flyable. So I want to do it right the first time and every time.
Okay, now we're gonna move the clamp.
Okay. Can I brush it off in the meantime?
Okay, the drill bit does not go touch this part of the metal.
Okay.
When you set the drill down with the tip away from the spar.
There are so many details that I didn't expect would be part of building this plane, but I kept telling myself that the other wing spar won't be as hard to do because I will already have done one. Someday I'll finish this one. We took a break and came back without my video person, aka Mom. Sorry to cut this video short. See you next time.
Thanks for watching my channel. Please hit the subscribe button to keep up with my build. If you want to buy a Fifinellita Patch or Zap, there's a link in the comments that will take you to the order form. See you next time.